We can breathe a little bit now because the Yankees won that game, right? They lost the series, but they won that game. And this is exactly the type of game that they needed to win. Exactly the type of win they needed to have, in my opinion, right? They had some, the Mets had some breaks go for them. The Yankees also had some breaks go for them today, and the Yankees needed to capitalize on them. And the fact of the matter is, the two guys that the Yankees replaced Juan Soto with, Paul Goldschmidt and Cody Bellinger, saved the freaking win for the Yankees with their defense, right? Remember, one of the big problems we had last year defensively in that team, defense saved this win for the Yankees. Period. End of story, right? So I don't really care that Soto's not here now, right now. Okay? And hey, buddy, my little one. Fact of the matter is, and shout out to the chat here, by the way. Won't keep it out long, but the Yankees won. So we need to come on here and at least celebrate. Hit the like button just to celebrate the Yankees winning, okay? Max Fried went 5 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. He gets the win, right? Johnny Loizaga, an inning, 3 hits, 1 run. A little struggle. I mean, the bullpen is fried. We know this, right? So Mark Leiter Jr., 2/3 of an inning, a walk. Tim Hill came in, kind of saved him too. An inning and a third, 1 hit, clean. And then Devin Williams came in with 2 strikeouts in that clean inning. So got that save at the end. And that was it. I mean, offensively, Paul Goldschmidt, 2 for 5 with a double. Trent Grisham, 3 for 5. Remember not we, but so many people were pissed off that Jason Dominguez wasn't leading off. We didn't lose any production here from the leadoff spot, okay? So I understand people want Jim Dominguez to play. I get it, okay? But Dominguez, would not have made that play that Bellinger made. We know for a fact that would not have happened, okay? Goldschmidt was 2 for 5 at the leadoff spot today. So he gave us the same type of production that Jason Dominguez has been giving us, thankfully. Grisham, 3 for 5. Judge, 1 for 4 with 3 RBIs and a home run. His 33rd home run. Giancarlo Stanton, 1 for 5. Bellinger, 2 for 3. Volpe, 0 for 4 with 2 Ks. He needs to stop striking out with runners on base, man. He really does. DJ LeMahieu was 1 for 4. Austin Wells, 2 for 4 with a home run. And Oswald Peraza, 0 for 4. And that was pretty much it. I mean, the Mets did their thing. They kind of clawed their way back in the later part of the game. Thankfully, the Yankees were able to keep them at bay. Thankfully. Leiter was not ejected, no. He was pulled. Yeah, the Mets manager was ejected. So, yeah. Yeah, the Mets manager was ejected, arguing balls and strikes. And that was, I mean, this umpire did have a kind of his strike zone was all over the place. There was some strikeouts that I did not agree that the Yankees struck out on. There was some strikeouts that I did not agree that the Mets struck out on. That was just this guy's zone, right? So around the horn right now, the Tigers are up 7-2 on the Guardians. The Brewers are up 3-1 on the Marlins. Actually, they won 3-1. The Jays won again 3-2. I think the Jays have 3-1, 3 straight against the Angels. So the Yankees will not pick up any ground. The Red Sox won 6-4 over the Nationals. Phillies 3-1 over the Reds. Orioles 2-1 over the Braves. And active games right now, Rays and Twins are tied at 4 in the 9th. Rockies and White Sox are tied at 4 in the 5th. No score, Pirates Mariners. Dodgers are up 1-0 on the Astros. And the Royals and the Diamondbacks, no score. Games that have not been played yet. Cardinals Cubs, Rangers Padres, Giants Athletics. That's pretty much it from the scoreboard. I'm looking at the scoreboard right here today. So, and that's it. So, but again, we could breathe a little bit right now. We could breathe a little bit. Okay. I don't care. Well, let's just see what Bellinger does. If he opts back in, then he opts back in. If he opts out to the Yankees to give him a qualifying offer, I would, because it's less than what he would make in a 2026 contract, right? That he already agreed to. So, but if he opts out in favor of a larger, more long-term deal, then yeah, it makes a lot of sense for the Yankees to offer him a qualifying offer because they'll get something in return if he walks away. So, and that's pretty much it. And if you haven't heard, the Yankees traded catcher Alex Jackson earlier today to the Baltimore Orioles. They got $250K international money and either cash considerations or a player to be named later. that happens later. So they traded from some of their catching depth. Gary Sanchez is hurt now with Baltimore. So, but yeah, and this is what I'm talking about. You know, yeah, I mean, they're probably gonna have to make a decision at some point too, like how much Stanton gets to play, and does it make sense to give Dominguez a DH day, give Rice a DH day, right? Those guys need to be in the lineup. Dominguez didn't play today. Jazz didn't play today, but Jazz was having a little bit of a shoulder issue. So Devin Williams, I don't know, but if he keeps lowering his ERA and it gets down where it was around in the twos or something like that, and he's been sub 2 for the last 3 years with a terrible start every single year. If he gets down into the twos, then maybe they'll give him a qualifying offer because he'll probably secure a long-term deal somewhere else. So there's maybe 2 players that they can get something back, but we'll take that as it comes. We'll see what happens there. But Devin Williams is definitely, he got some. He held him down today. He got the save, so I'll take that. Yeah. Ben Rice, 3 home runs. So, but at least we could breathe for a day. Yankees won. Now we got Seattle coming in. So that's going to be no picnic. Seattle's a tough team. Okay, they play the Yankees hard. Let's see what tomorrow. Actually, they're off tomorrow, so Tuesday. Logan Gilbert against Will Warren. Tough matchup for the Yankees. Tough matchup. Wednesday, nothing yet. Matchup not out of Wednesday yet, just Tuesday. But now the Jays are not going away anytime soon. Yeah, you got that right. They're a better team than I thought. So, better team than I thought. So, Cam's going either Tuesday or Wednesday franchise. So it looks like he's not going to go Tuesday. It looks like he's going to go Wednesday in place of Schmidt. So, well, don't be sorry, man. It's just they have to figure out what to do. Okay, with Stanton, because the fact is he's here. He's on a high contract, so they have to figure out how to make that work. Right? They're not going to just sit him all the time. So he needs to be at second base if they can get a third baseman. That's makes it easier for them to move him to second base. Right? So, and they're working on that. We just don't know who. Right? We talked about the 3 teams, in my opinion: the Pirates, the Marlins, and the Rockies represent probably the best fits for the Yankees to get multiple players in one trade. So, Brian Hayes, it's funny. He's number 1 in Major League Baseball at defensive run save at third base. He's the best defensive third baseman in baseball. Well, Eugenio Suarez now apparently said he wants to stay in Arizona. That's the latest reporting now. He says he doesn't want to be moved now. But we'll see. You never know. You never know. Stanton is here for the playoffs. That's right. He's money in the playoffs no matter what he does in the regular season. Mike Burrows. Let's have a look at Mike Burrows here. Mike Burrows stats. 3.63 ERAs, 1 and 2, 41 Ks. Right-handed reliever. Let's look at his contract. Because that's that's another thing too. The Yankees need to, honestly, they need 2 or 3 relievers, and they need a couple of these guys with controllable years beyond this year. It can't be nor these rentals. So Mike Burrows is just starting his service clock, so he's the type of guy with 6 controllable years. He's the type of guy you can go after. Yeah, rest in peace, Bobby Jenks, man. 44 years old, man. Unbelievable. Yep. I think so too, Brandon. I think Peraza is going to be trade bait. There's a reason why they signed Heimer Candelario and what's the other guy's name? Nicky Lopez. Depth pieces. Minor league now, but it makes it easier for these guys to be called up at some point if they trade Peraza, right? That's an easy transition. So, and I do think there's going to be a bunch of Yankees roster moves that are going to be happening in the next couple of days and weeks. We are less than 25 days from the trade deadline. 25 days, 3.5 weeks. So, Oh, I think Hill and Yarborough. I mean, I'm not sure either one of them is going to go with the rotation. There is not a chance in the world I would trade Spencer Jones for a rental. Suarez, Gallen, Kelly, they're all rentals. There's not a chance in the world I would trade Spencer Jones for a rental. And, Tyler Freeman. Yeah, I probably would. I probably would move Lombard instead of Spencer Jones. Yep. Let's look at Tyler Freeman here. Tyler Freeman's stats. Rockies. Bats right, he throws right. Batting .338, 1 homer, 13 ribbies, 12 steals, nice OPS too. But he's an outfielder though. Problem with Tyler. That's the problem. We don't need an outfielder. I wish he played infield. No. Mike Burrows. Yeah, I mean, Burrows looks like a reliever, right? Keller would be a starter. Could you do Keller and Burrows? Or Keller and Bednar and Brian Hayes? That would be a monster trade. Austin Riley, I can't see happening. And his contract is way too big, too. And if they really want to keep Lombard, he would block Lombard. So that's the problem. Eduardo Cabrera, he's probably gettable from the Marlins. I'd rather get him than Sandy Alcantara. I really, really would. No. So Burrows, maybe he can be a long relief guy or a spot starter too. Yeah. Okay. It's good to know, franchise. Well, it's I don't know if Luis Hill is going to come back into the rotation or he's going to be a long relief because there's a reason why I said it would have been a good idea to trade him after he won Rookie of the Year when his value was at his high, sell high, because something like this is going to happen. This happens almost every year with Luis Hill. Gets hurt, so I'm hoping that when he comes back, they don't force him into the rotation. I'm hoping them to go long relief for them and have Ryan Yarbrough, the lefty, long relief, and then you trade for a starter, and then you can use Cam Schlittler here too. Yeah, Cody Bellinger's double play and Goldschmidt's double play. I was just saying, when I first started the stream, I said the two guys they replaced Stanton with. They replaced Soto with. Goldschmidt and Bellinger saved the game today with their remarkable double play defense. Unbelievable. Yeah. Unbelievable. Yeah, Schmidt's going to miss this year and probably most of next year too. I would get Tommy John now. I would probably get that dynamic bracing if they can too, which kind of speeds up the recovery in Tommy John. That's what Garrett Cole got. Dynamic brace. I think that's what Corbin Burns recently got to. I think. So. No, they're calling up Cam Schlittler. So he's going to pitch in Schmidt's place for now. It's a waste of time with those AI channels, doctoring clips from Judge. It's just a waste of time. They do enough of clicks. These people need to get a life. Really. It's on here. It's on your TikTok. It's just going to create more fair weather fans. Really. There's way too many fair weather fans already. Peddle these ridiculous narratives. They're fair weather channels posing as real talk channels. Right? Yankees sucked this past 2 weeks they're on, but I'm not giving up on them. You give up Lombard for Willie Castro? I wouldn't give up Lombard unless you get, or I wouldn't even consider giving up Lombard unless you're getting Joe and Duran with Castro. Louis Varland. He is a relief pitcher for the Twins. 41 Ks. He's a young player too. He's a lefty. No, he throws righty, bats lefty. Excuse me. The deadline's going to be crazy, and the longer that teams don't make their players available, the crazier it's going to be as it gets closer. That's going to be nuts. The deadline. Yeah, the Rays are tied at 4. Yep. Boy, willingness to trade George Lombard, that's going to drive some fans crazy. It's going to drive some fans crazy. Yeah. Yeah. I'm curious. Yeah, hit the like button, everybody. If you haven't hit the thumbs up, please hit the thumbs up. We got 14 likes here. Let's get those thumbs up, if you don't mind. Thank you for spending some time with me. I wanted to get on here to celebrate this win, man. Like, we needed this win so bad. They needed this win so bad. Lombard did well, and Jones hit another home run today, too. So, yeah. Trade for Joe Ryans. Who has a real shot at making rotation? Schlittler? He does. He does. He has more lights out stuff than Alan Winans does. Let me see Joe Ryan. We got Jonathan wants the deadline pushed back by 2 weeks as well. What do you guys think about that? What do you think about that? How the team is treating him? I don't know what you mean, how the team is treating him. How many at-bats did he have last year? And how many at-bats does he have this year? What's the most at-bats he's had in the season before this year? Joe Ryan, 8-4 with a 275. Wow. I wonder if you could pluck him away. Let's see his contract. Joe Ryan contract. That's the key, right? How much does he have here? Yeah, the Mariners and Cubs. Contracts. Let's see. Joe Ryan. He's got 3 years. He's got 3 years left before he's a free agent. He's not a free agent until 2028, or 2.5 years. So we're probably not going to see Schmidt until 2027 or late 2026. Just like we're not going to see Cole this year at all. We're going to see him next year. I would not rush Cole back to try to get in here in September. There's no way in the world. Yeah. 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 World Series 3 times in 25 years. If people like this. Yeah. No, I doubt Oswaldo Cabrera is going to play. I don't want to rush that guy and then risk injury just to get him back here. Just get somebody who can play now, so we don't have to worry about rushing Oswaldo Cabrera back. You know. Go, yeah. I wonder who would be the cardboard cutout they're on. Who should we have on there? A cardboard cutout. Oh. Subway Series. Well, yeah, the Yankees won the first series. The Mets won the second series. Was 3-3. Last year was 6-0 in the Mets' favor. So this is a better, Subway Series for the Yankees this year. Yeah, that's the key. Who would we put on there? Margot Robbie or something like that. Like Alexander Daddario. Cut out a generic fair weather fan. Well, then you want to throw darts at that one. I don't know if you want to pick that one off. You want to throw darts at the fair weather fan. Yep. Last year we were 0-6 against the Mets last year. We're 3-3 this year. So the Blue Jays are red hot, and this happens in baseball, right? Well, this is true. They're on too. Yeah, you need the extra cardboard for that area for the Dario. But you know what I'm talking about. All my celebrity crushes. Dennis Santana was a former Yankee, wasn't he? Yeah. But like Edward Cabrera, Ernie Henriquez, and like Xavier Edwards, that could be a multiplayer trade, right? And like some of these guys can play shortstop, which makes it easier to, if you want to sit Volpe for a couple games here and there, or get them as a defensive replacement for him in the later innings. You can do this, right? Yeah. Ken, what do you know, my man? What's happening? It definitely feels better, Ken, after the Yankees win. I'll tell you that. But this is, this was a relatively, a good win that we need to have. I would rather have a win like this than 20-2. Like I'd rather have something like this because it's a springboard for maybe some better play. They can build off some momentum, right? So Domingo Germán, yeah, it's not going to happen. Not going to happen. Cabrera's a big boy, and he has some nasty off-speed stuff. He does. But we do need the Yankees to get hot. That's right. Because D-Rob won't do anything for the next 6 weeks. I mean, they could sign him to a minor league deal and just kind of store him for the postseason, but he also wanted $15 million. There's no way that's happening. Both of them, Wink. Like the Bellinger double play and the Goldschmidt double play. But the Bellinger right there was the turning point of the game. Right there. That was it. Soto, double up Lindor. That was it right there. Unbelievable. Yeah, because remember, you signed him, he hasn't pitched since last year. You got to have a spring training ramp up, which is going to be probably 4 to 6 weeks for him. Like, you can't sign him and have him up here now. That's why they have to trade for relievers who are already active, right? Who are already kind of dialed in, who are already in season mode. What do you call it? Robinson's not in season mode. So, does he have great control? Yeah, I mean, I'm shocked that David Robinson's not signed. I'm shocked that JD Martinez isn't signed. So maybe you can get him for less money now, David Robinson. No. But there will have to be a 4 to 6 week ramp up period. So that's wasted time that they're not going to be able to get. Bednar's a guy I would look into. He's kind of rebounded. He's come back to earth. It's more like the Bednar we know. Bednar would be a good get for the Yankees. Be careful, buddy, okay? Got my little one over here. I got a gymnastics bar that we got in the basement here. Yeah. Shoot. Yeah, same here, Ken. I'm glad they brought in Devin Williams and not Weaver. Yeah, I'm glad that they got him in. Yes, indeed. Yeah, it depends on how much money they're on. Right? Depends on how much money. Because they're not going to give him $15 million now, which turns into $30 million. You're not going to spend $30 million for 2 months of a player. There's no way. So, depends on how much you can get him for. Says Sports Talk. What's happening, my man? Well, that's probably going to be. Keep in mind, too, the money retrieved on Cole's insurance doesn't lower the payroll at all. The payroll still remains the same. That's just money coming back to the Yankees' pocket. So even the payroll remains the same. So whatever they bring in, they have to pay double for. Just something to keep in mind. That insurance money on Cole does nothing to lower the payroll. Appreciate your SCA. Yeah, NFE. It feels better when the Yankees win, bro. Yeah, Williams got the job done. That's all that matters, man. Got to get that work done, SGA, man. Got to get to work, bro. Yeah, man. It doesn't, Duran. No. It doesn't lower the payroll at all. The payroll remains the same, but the money can come back into the Yankees' pockets. Just like when Jacoby Ellsbury, they had his contract insured. And when he was hurt, like the last 3 seasons, the Yankees didn't pay any of it out of their own pockets. Insurance did. But the payroll still remained where it was. So it still made it more difficult for them to add beyond that because of the penalties that are occurring. And that's something that folks need to understand. This is the economics of this, right? No. Yeah, they have about 12 to 15 million in payroll space right now to get to where they're at last year, right? So, and if they do that, remember, whatever they bring in in trades is going to be prorated. So they'll pay the remaining balance of whoever. So, like if somebody's making 8 million, they maybe they have 4 or 5 left. That's what the Yankees would pay, not the other 8. They would just pay the remaining part of their contract. So they could still bring in multiple players. $24 million back on his insurance. Yeah, but then that they didn't lower that didn't lower the payroll by 24 million. No, the devastator. I hate you, man. Gotta get to work, sports talk. I hate you, brother. Gotta do what you gotta do. The NFE, man, it's the better win today. A better win. Reese Hopkins, grade 2 thumbs. Oh, that stinks. Yes, they are. And if you notice like these polls, and the only two options, Fire Boone or Fire Boone 4. Like they're doing this on Twitter. That's a fair weather poll. Like, get real, man. Like, these ridiculous polls. So I put in the comments, option 3, fire the fair weather fans, just to piss them off. Like, it's ridiculous. Reese Hoskins getting hurt is definitely Boone's fault. Definitely, you got to put it on Boone, man, and Cashman too, by default. So it's both their faults. No, I don't know how to make a poll on YouTube, but these people are making polls on Twitter. These polls, whatever they are. I don't know. I mean, if I knew how to do polls on here, I would. Well, the poll has to complement the content too. I'm not doing it just for clicks or whatever. Diddy should be the manager. Diddy. Oh God. They could. I mean, IKF and Mitch Keller. That's a trade they could probably make. And Mitch Keller's got 1 or 2 more years beyond this in his contract, right? So he has a little bit of team control. So, which could offset losing Clark Schmidt because they're going to lose Schmidt until 2027 most likely. So, yeah. When you vote, yeah, exactly. Sports talk, the polls, yeah. The Rays are in the lead now. I think Bednar could be a trade, but I think Bednar and somebody could be a multiplayer trade. So, yeah. Yeah, the Giants, I'm not sleeping on the Giants. So, Jeffy, bro, we're all happy that the Yankees won. Be careful, buddy. We are very, very, we're very happy that the Yankees won. Thank you, Sports Talk. No. My daughter's over here in the gymnastics bar, so I'm looking out for her. And if he sets poll, yeah, I gotta ask him if he had to set polls on this stuff. So I don't know how to do it. No. Yeah, I mean, like these little what do you call it? These little minuscule trades that the Yankees are making could probably be the springboard for bigger trades, right? So, National League All-Star pitchers. All right, here are the pitchers for the National League All-Star team. Trading Places is a great movie. Well, not necessarily Hunt Tough. I think the Yankees are going to try to move Stroman. Nathan. There he is. One of the made men. Yeah, we got to exactly Clemenza. We got to breathe a little bit. It's nice when we breathe. Yeah. What trades did I make to bolster the bullpen? I would try to trade for 1 or 2 of those Rockies relievers. I would try to trade for like a back end, like Joan Duran or one of those guys with controllable years. We need to get a couple guys with controllable years because there's a very good chance that we could lose Devin Williams and Luke Weaver at the end of the season. They're both free agents. So any relievers with control have to have controllable years. So pitchers here looks like Paul Skeens going to start. And you got Jason Adam from the Padres, Matthew Boyd from the Cubs, Edwin Diaz from the Mets, Mackenzie Gore from the Nationals, Clayton Kershaw from the Dodgers, Freddie Peralta from the Brewers, Robbie Ray and Frandy Rodriguez from the Giants, Chris Sale from the Braves, Paul Skeens from the Pirates, Logan Webb from the Giants, Zach Wheeler from the Phillies, and Yoshinobu Yamamoto from the Dodgers. Those are the National League pitchers. Thank you, Jonathan, for the All-Star game. Those are them. So there's that. Yeah, Kershaw just got his 3,000 strikeout, man. So, shout out to him. Shout out to him. He's definitely going to go in the Hall of Fame. So, do what you got to do, sports talk, man. Do what you got to do, bro. See, I don't know. A team that could just use an arm in the back end of the rotation to eat up innings that might be in a playoff race. I don't know. The Yankees would have to eat some of the money, though. They would have to eat some of the money. So, but there will be a team that needs a starter bad. So, and teams have expressed interest now that they know that option is not going to be exercised because of the cumulative effect. He won't have enough time to accumulate those types of innings. But I'll give this. I mean, if he stays here, he stays here. If he does, he does. But if they eat some money, maybe they'll get a prospect for him, something. So, it is what it is, man. So NFE and I, we might have to get the Mats out, man. Yeah, Free does have 11 wins, not even the All-Star break. Exactly. So, Rodon's got 9. Yep, 9. But we'll see. If he stays, he stays. I mean, right now, I'm not. That's not one of the first things on my mind. In my mind is getting guys here that can help the bullpen, getting another starter, and getting a right-handed hitting third baseman. And I'm not really. Stroman's on the back end of my thought process right now. Padres and Yankees have glaring needs. Chasing Posey. What are the Padres' biggest needs, Jeffy? What are the Padres' biggest needs? All-star selection show? I don't know. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure the Diamondbacks are selling yet. I'm just not sure. I thought they were about a week and a half ago, but I'm not sure they're going to sell now. Yarborough, he's definitely been a pleasant surprise. I agree, Deron. Yeah. Hire me and a fee and an ace. Well, I mean, if you're going to fire these guys, then this is the right people to bring them in to replace them. That I agree, Sunil. 100%, bro. Like, yeah. The Braves generally don't sell, but if they're going to sell, who would they sell? Chris Sale? I don't know. Some of the young guys are here on big deals for a decade, so I don't know if they're going to say anything. They're selling their building blocks, the Braves. Aside from that, Chris Sale could maybe be had, but I don't know. Yeah, arbitration stays low, Tough. Arbitration, pre-arbitration stays low. Arbitration is when salaries can elevate. So, as far as I know, I don't know yet. I haven't seen the All-Star selections yet, so. Chris Sale, he could be. The Dodgers can also go for Alcantara. They can go for some of these other guys too. Peralta. Yeah. Exactly. Injury prone. Exactly, man. Exactly, they're on. I mean, they've got Roki not pitching. You've got Glasnow not pitching. You've got Blake Snell not pitching. So, yeah. Hal's already at the highest level, Wasim. He's already at the cone. He's already at the highest penalty. Depends on how far they'll go. I want to see if they'll be willing to match what they were at last year in terms of payroll. But we'll see. But they're already at they're at the cone threshold. So there is no threshold higher than that. What all right, SCA. Have a good day working. What big trade are you talking about, Jeffy? What trade are you thinking that they could address the needs in one trade? I'm curious. Yeah, I mean, they could. Yeah. The Dodgers have loaded up on people. You know that. So, who would we target? The Braves. I don't know. The Braves don't really represent a front trading partner for me. They do, Jake. Yeah, the Yankees have that. Yeah, they have that many needs. Strider, I'd be shocked if the Braves are willing to move Strider. Young, controllable. I don't know. Padres do know the farm system well, yes. Yeah, well, he left because not one of them was pitch count, and then he hit the first batter. So I'm not surprised. They didn't want to like bludgeon his pitch count. Marcus, what's good, man? What's going on, my man? We'll wrap this up shortly here. Good thing is the Yankees win. It always feels better in the room here when the Yankees win. It always feels better in the chat with you guys and gals if the Yankees win. 98 pitches in 5 innings. Yeah, it's a lot. Huh. What mega deal, Jeffy? What's the mega deal? Yeah, what's the mega deal? They won, Marcus. Yankees won, man. Thank the heavens. 6-4. Wells, Rice, and Jones was it's going to cost more than that. You're going to have to add Dominguez to that and or Lombard if you want Skeens. Merrill Kelly is probably the only starter I would consider from the Diamondbacks. Probably. Yes, somebody keeps saying, make a deal. Make a deal. With the Padres. So. It was crazy. The Pirates will probably turn down that offer, which is crazy. The AL East pitchers. Oh, now we know the AL American League pitchers are going to be. So we read the National League. Thank you, Jonathan. Let's read the American League pitchers for the All-Star game. Hunter Brown from the Astros, Chris Bubik from the Royals, Aroldis Chapman and Garrett Crochet from the Red Sox, Jacob deGrom from the Rangers, Max Fried from the Yankees, Josh Hader from the Astros, Yusei Kikuchi from the Angels, Andres Munoz from the Mariners, who's going to be free agent at the end of this year, Tarek Schooler from the Tigers, Shane Smith from the White Sox, Brian Wu from the Mariners. So that's the American League pitching rotation. That's the lineup right there. There will be more buyers. So it's a seller's market. I mean, they're going to sell. They're going to keep those guys and try to jack up the prices and try to get buyers to overpay. Yep. And it's partly due to the expanded playoffs, yeah. Yep. But this is what sellers do. They want buyers to blink. They want them to overpay. They want somebody to have a desperate, or they want them to create a bidding war between the buyers. So that's why one reason they're going to keep players as long as they possibly can. So and the opportunity for a triple play blew the throw. He blew the throw, huh? Too bad. Yeah. I don't even entertain that, Lou. It's too early to say how far back out of first. It's too early for that. No idea where they're going to be a month from now. Palvis, what's happening? Pirates, yeah. I mean, the Pirates can they can pretty much revamp the majority of their team by trading Skeens. And Skeens deserves to be in the playoff race. Suarez and Kelly, I would do. But depends on how much it would cost to get them. But that's what I would consider. Spencer Jones to the Padres. What 3 players? What 3 players? So I doubt they're sending back Jackson Merrill. Yeah. Corral, exactly. Yankees need to take advantage of the win and put themselves in a position to win the series against Seattle. Well, exactly. They're on exactly. Well, he's the face of the franchise. They have him on the cheap, so it makes sense to keep on trying to build around them. But I mean, fans would they probably burn the stadium down if he traded him for nothing. So, just like I don't see Spencer Jones being traded. Power like that doesn't really come around that often. Yep. Yes, indeed. No way, Mr. Yeah, I mean, the return on schemes would be crazy. Would be absolutely insanity. Cease, maybe. I don't know. I'm not really obsessed with Suarez. I mean, if we get him, we get him. Raise 175 him. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, Cease isn't that great this year. Exactly. I like Merrill Kelly more than I do Zach Gallen, especially because of his playoff body of work. He's better in the postseason, more proven in the postseason. Yep. Gallen, yeah, exactly. 30 likes. All right. Yeah, and this is going to go right down to the wire, man. I'll be live on trade deadline day 2 for like a bunch of hours. So please come and join me. That's going to be crazy. It's like last year, like reporting on all the stuff live time is crazy. Absolute insanity. Hmm. Hey, buddy. We need the win. Yeah, we definitely needed the win. Judge would say it. Boone will say it. A lot of people will say it. Hey, buddy. You want to sit on my lap? Come here. Come here. Want to meet my little assistant? This is Madison. Yeah. Say hi. This is my little 3-year-old Madison. My little assistant. Right, buddy? Hit the like button just to say hi to her if you don't mind. Say hi. My little beauty. All right, you can go back over there. You can go back to the gymnastics bar. Buddy, go right ahead. It's my little princess. My little princess. Yeah. Not yet Beagle, but she will be. My oldest, Brooklyn, is a Yankee fan. She's 7. My middle child, McKenna, is a Phillies fan because my wife's a Phillies fan. That one I'm working on. Everybody says hi, Nugget, okay? Yeah, big smile on my face. Yeah, as far as Martin and Carroll, no surprise. No surprise. Thank you, Marcus, man. Appreciate it. We definitely need this, man. We definitely need this win, man. Yeah, buddy. Okay, hang on. I'm going to wrap this up. We'll bring that upstairs, okay? So you could draw upstairs. We'll bring that all upstairs. I'll bring it upstairs for you, buddy. Okay? She will be a Yankee fan. She will be a Yankee fan, baby. Thank you, Tiffany. Huh, bud? Yeah, we'll bring it upstairs. Nice. Nice. Get that puppy Beagle. I love it. Yeah, Suarez got 26. Judge got 33. Yep. Yep. I'll bring it upstairs, buddy. I'll carry it. That's a little heavy. Okay? Daddy will bring it on. You want to go upstairs now and Daddy will meet you up there? Okay. You go ahead. Be careful. I hear you, man. I hear you, man. Sick of waiting for these good things take time, man. Good things take time. So, yeah, I'm gonna do some Papa Bear duties now. Gotta figure out what all the girls want to eat for dinner too. Because Papa's the chef of the house. You know, that's where we're at right now. Yankees won. Let's celebrate this, even for 24 hours or 48 hours since they're off tomorrow. We know they won't lose tomorrow because they're off. So that makes me feel better. Steak, man, my girls like steak. My 2 older girls like steak. Yeah, can you make the steak? And my oldest, yeah, I can exactly. My oldest one, she was asking for sushi for breakfast. She's actually crazy because I blended some smoothies this morning, and she wants me to get sushi to blend. And I'm like, I'm not blending salmon or tuna. There's no way. That's disgusting. That would be blended sushi. Ken. But Yankees win. Hope put a smile on my face. Hope put a smile on yours. So let's enjoy this for at least a day. And let's see. I have a feeling that the Yankees are probably making some kind of trade over the next 48 hours. So Jets coax and Jets would lose in a bye week. Yeah, I bet. That's why Rex Ryan ain't the Jets coach anymore. Shoot. You know what I mean? Now we got my man, Aaron Glenn. Taking places here. Go watch Trading Places, everybody. Go have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, what's left of it. Back to work, back to the grind tomorrow. I don't know if it's going to involve Stroman just yet. I think a Stroman trade will probably happen, if it does happen, closer to the deadline. Once we have a little bit more insight, once we see Cam Schlittler, see what he can do, I think that'll give us a better idea. And then once we get a little bit more clarity on, well, we already know Louis Hill's not going to be for until at least 3 or 4 more weeks. So we'll see. But let's enjoy this Yankees win today. Go have a great dinner, everybody, and a great rest of your day. Peace and love to all of you. You are the best community out here. Love you guys. Go Yankees. See you next time.